For centuries, humanity believed that our solar system was a typical model of how planets form and operate. But recent discoveries are gradually revealing the opposite. What we have long called normal may in fact be a rare exception in this vast universe. And surprisingly, the first revelation did not come from a distant alien world, but from a planet far more familiar to us than we ever imagined. 8 discoveries about planets that are reshaping how humanity understands the universe. Things you've never known before. 1. The Theia impact, the catastrophe that saved Earth. More than 4 billion years ago, the young Earth experienced an event that should have marked its end, a direct collision with a planet called Theia, roughly the size of Mars. The impact was so violent that it melted Earth's surface, blasted vast amounts of material into space, and seemed to erase any possibility of life. But the paradox is that this was one of the most important catastrophes in Earth's history. From the remaining debris, the moon was formed. More importantly, the collision reshaped Earth's internal structure, creating a larger metallic core and generating a powerful magnetic field. This magnetic field helped retain the atmosphere, shielded the planet from the solar wind, and protected life for billions of years afterward. If Theia had missed by just a small margin, or if the collision had never happened, Earth might have become a dead world like Mars. Life on this planet exists not because it avoided disaster, but because it passed straight through it. 2. Jupiter. When the foundation of the solar system is not as solid as we thought. On Earth, a solid core is essential for survival. It is the molten metallic core that generates a magnetic field, retains the atmosphere, and protects life. Without a solid core, Earth might have become a dead world long ago. But Jupiter is different. Data from the Juno spacecraft suggests that Jupiter may not have a clearly defined solid core at all. Instead, it appears to possess a fuzzy core where rock and metal are dissolved and mixed within a vast ocean of hydrogen, lacking the stable boundaries that classical physics once predicted. This raises an unsettling question. If Earth requires a solid core to survive, but Jupiter does not, are the laws we believe to be fundamental to physics truly universal? Or do they only hold true here on Earth? 3. Planets do not stay still, they migrate and shatter the original order. We once believed that planets formed where they are and remain there forever. But observations of exoplanets tell a very different story. Many planets do not stay put. Gas giants can form far from their host stars, then gradually be dragged inward by surrounding gas disks, spiraling closer and closer until they become deadly hot Jupiters. During this migration, smaller planets are pushed out of their orbits, collide with one another, or are flung entirely out of their planetary systems. The original order collapses, replaced by a chaotic system where life can exist only if it is lucky enough not to be swept away. Comment 1 if you believe Earth is simply an accidental survivor of a violent, chaotic process. Comment 2 if you think our solar system avoided chaos thanks to some special kind of arrangement. Leave your choice in the comments and look below to see how many people are thinking differently from you. 4. Life doesn't need to resemble Earth, and that's what's truly unsettling. Throughout history, we have searched for life by looking for Earth-like worlds, liquid water, mild temperatures, familiar atmospheres. But Titan, the largest moon of Saturn, suggests that this approach may be fundamentally flawed. Titan has rivers, lakes, and rain, but not of water. They are made of liquid methane and ethane operating in extreme cold that Earth-based life could never endure. Chemical models indicate that in such an environment, entirely different forms of life could still exist with cellular structures, energy, metabolism, in a form of biology that does not rely on water at all. If this is true, then Earth is no longer the standard for life, but merely one of countless ways life might arise. What's truly frightening isn't that we haven't found life beyond Earth, but that we may have been looking for it the wrong way all along. 5. Earth is not standing still. We are traveling through a dangerous galaxy. We often imagine Earth as stationary in space, but the reality is the complete opposite. The entire solar system is racing around the Milky Way at speeds of hundreds of thousands of kilometers per hour, completing one full orbit roughly every 230 million years. And this motion is neither smooth nor gentle. Along this journey, Earth continually oscillates above and below the galactic plane, passing through regions of higher stellar density, intense radiation, and violent stellar events. Each passage can alter the cosmic environment around Earth, increasing radiation levels and placing additional stress on life. Some scientists even suggest that these galactic detours may be linked to mass extinction events in Earth's history. In other words, life does not only have to adapt to Earth itself, it must also survive an ongoing high-risk voyage through the cosmos. 6. The Moon. The world that almost had life. Today, the Moon is a barren, silent world, but scientific evidence suggests it was not always this way. In the distant past, the Moon experienced intense volcanic activity, likely possessed a thin atmosphere, and may even have had liquid water on its surface for a short time. In other words, the Moon once came remarkably close to crossing the threshold of a world capable of sustaining life. So why did it fail? The answer lies in size. With gravity too weak, the Moon could not retain the atmosphere and heat required for long-term stability. Over time, those fragile conditions were stripped away by space itself, leaving behind a cold and lifeless world. This leads to a question that remains unanswered. Where exactly is the true boundary between a living planet and a dead one? Is it size, gravity, longevity, or simply a chain of small coincidences that, if altered, could change the fate of an entire world? If you could change just one factor of the Moon, what would you choose to give it a chance to sustain life? Share your hypothesis, because sometimes a single small change is enough to decide between life or eternal silence. 7. Jupiter and Venus, the silent architects of Earth's climate. We often imagine Earth orbiting the Sun along a stable, almost unchanging path. In reality, Earth's orbit is constantly fluctuating, and the cause does not come from Earth itself. The immense gravitational pull of Jupiter, combined with the subtler influence of Venus, continuously stretches and compresses Earth's orbit in cycles that span hundreds of thousands of years. These small oscillations are enough to alter the amount of sunlight Earth receives, triggering ice ages, melting glaciers, and shaping the entire history of Earth's climate. Life on Earth does not depend solely on being at the right distance from the Sun. It also depends on whether these two massive planets pull us too far away or too close. In other words, the climate we consider normal is actually being held in balance by gravitational forces that humanity cannot feel at all. 8. Planets are formed from cosmic pebbles, not massive boulders. We once believed that planets form from large chunks of rock colliding and gradually sticking together over time. But newer models suggest a very different scenario. Planets may be built from countless tiny cosmic pebbles drifting within the gas disks surrounding young stars. These microscopic particles are pulled together by gravity at astonishing speeds, allowing planets to grow thousands of times faster than older theories predicted. It sounds efficient, but it is also dangerous. If this process were truly common, the universe should be filled with Earth-like planets. In reality, it is not. This points to a chilling truth. Planets are not only born, they must also survive a brutal competition where the strong grow larger while the weak are starved, shattered, or erased before they ever fully form. After everything, the most right-standing thought is not that the universe is too harsh, but that our existence may be nothing more than the result of a fragile chain of coincidences never to be repeated a second time. And perhaps the universe was never designed for humanity to exist at all. We simply happened to survive. in a rare quiet corner called Earth.